Tim and Jen, first-time RVers who have been told by nearly everyone we know that we don't fit the mold of being campers. We bought our first Airstream to have adventures because life is just too dang short. Wanting to prove everyone wrong that we can do it, while hopefully having a positive attitude, while possibly changing our latitudes. We really didn't have any plans to do anything this weekend. We were just going to stick around the house, I guess, and look at each other. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, considering where we live, we can go to the beach and stare at each other, or we can watch each other do projects. But we decided at the last minute, hey, let's go someplace. Since we didn't really know where we wanted to go or exactly what we wanted to do, and since now after COVID finding sites is kind of limited and we didn't know who would have availability, we tried to keep it as local as possible. So we ended up here in Marianna, Florida, which is about 2 hours away from where we started in Santa Rosa Beach. Just down the interstate and just off of the interstate, we landed in this cute hotel. We've heard all about the Florida State Caverns located here in Marianna, Florida, and since we have our annual Florida State Parks Pass, we thought we'd put it to good use. So we hiked up the hills to get to the cavern, through the fields of wild dill, I'm guessing what this is, and we read all about how in the 1930s the Civilian Conservation Corps workers enlarged the walkways into the cavern so people could stand upright. And they also built a visitor center up here. And then we make it to the caverns to find out that they were closed due to COVID. I guess I should have researched on the website before we left. Oh well, next up, Blue Springs Recreational Area. This seems to be a pretty awesome spot for all the locals to come hang out on a hot day. And today is a hot day. You see people jumping off of the diving boards, doing flips, out in boats, fishing, just out paddling, swimming, jumping off cliffs, doing flips off of old trees into the springs. Nice. It just seems to be a really good, fun time. Since we got our newest truck, we haven't figured out how we're going to install the kayak racks on the top of it yet. So we're without our own kayaks or paddle boards for right now. But we were happy to learn that we could rent the kayaks for only $10 an hour. $10? What a bargain. Unless you factor in the fact that you're going to have to spend money in marriage counseling because you're sharing a tandem kayak and hitting paddles like every other stroke. So what's your take on Merrits Mill Pond Recreation Center?
It would be a great place for Weight Watchers to have a convention.
Timothy.
Hey.
That's so bad.
Just saying.
No, I mean, like, for real, like, if you wanted to come here to, like, hang out and swim.
It would be a very refreshing afternoon. The water's 74 degrees. Great clarity, visibility. Haven't seen one alligator. I think it's okay.
So we took the kayaks out and we went further than we were allowed.
Of course.
Go figure.
Yeah.
And we saw some pretty cool dive holes, and we saw probably where the scuba diver just died a couple of days ago.
Yeah. We like to go to places where there's at least one fatality in the last 48 hours, and we're here.
Yeah. Okay, check that box.
Outside of Marianna, Florida, right smack dab in the middle of freaking nowhere.
We like to find the middle of nowhere places, and this is no exception. that one of those Mylamore birds?
Yeah, that's one Mylamore.
What's a Mylamore bird?
A Mylamore bird is an almost extinct animal that will stick its head in the holes in the mangrove dumps, and it'll put its butt up in the air, and it'll whistle real loud, and you can hear it for a mile or more.
Ba-dum-bum.
Great photo op back there. Did you see the mullet?
Back there? No.
Yeah, mullet, yeah.
I didn't know there was mullet in this river.
There's not. It's the guy's haircut. It was the nicest mullet I've ever seen.